want to drink that? Testing. Want to drink testing. Want to drink testing. Want to drink testing. Let's find Boros first. Interesting. Alright, so yesterday I went to read the commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes part 2 and 3, but I was very tired and I just kind of went over it, reading it like just a little bit over it, because I found out that in the commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes, book 1, it is actually so bloody interesting, and now I think I am realizing why Oblivion is so good. It's literally the lore and the story is so good. It's so interesting. Why is it interesting? And this is the whole channel's deal. I believe that there are hidden messages in the lores of the video games that we play. So here in the Mythic Dawn, what it talks about is about achieving freedom of the material world, and even in the writings, there's a lot of like little things and themes, a lot of hidden meanings and words that they use. I was just googling something about. I'll get into it. But these are occult themes and so on and so forth, and it all ties to real phenomena and real philosophies and real research of what seems to happen after we die, like in real life. So subconsciously, it seems that lore is merely an expression on that. I'm just gonna read on it, see if I can make a commentaries of the commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes part 2. So this is book 2. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes by Mankar Cameron, book 2. Whosoever findeth this document, I call him brother. Answers are liberations, where the slaves of Malbiosh, I don't know what it is, came to know Numancia, cast down their jailer king. Slaves of Malbiosh, who is... I have to Google it. Every time that I go into this, I start Googling it, and then I find that there are even more hidden meanings. I found a Reddit post that says, "The Mythic Dawn is confusing me." In Reddit TES lore. This was from a year ago, even before the remaster. People are still playing Oblivion. People were still playing Oblivion and being confused about the ruminations on the Mythic Dawn, and the Mysterium Xarxes is bloody fantastic. Malbiosh doesn't seem to be anything really going into this, but it says that came to know Numancia, cast down their jailer king. So I read a little bit into Numancia, so I said, this seems like something like an occult word or something of that nature. It seems to be in the Elder Scrolls lore, the Mancia, and there's Ad Mancia, and this is Numancia, like a new something. And I think Mancia has to do with divinity, because the Greek word for Mancia, somebody wrote on TES lore Reddit, somebody wrote in the Reddit something dealing with the Greek etymology and so on and so forth. It seems to mean liberation. It's also a Celto-Iberian settlement, it seems. And there was a big fight, and it was romanticized, and people wrote about it, and it mainly has to do with freedom from the oppressor. So this whole idea that Mundus itself, reality being the oppressor, and the mythic dawn wants to escape free from the limitations of Mundus, of physical reality, into the cosmos, into Aetherius and beyond. Mastiak, which there's Xarxes Mysterium, not the Mysterium Xarxes, the Xarxes Mysterium. It's like a different language, calls the Arcane. Mastiak, which the Xarxes Mysterium calls the Arcane. So Arcade, the god that I've been talking about, the life undead, which seems to be, if there was some sort of reincarnation, the game of life, of being born and dying, we have the god Arcade. But so I connect, I go beyond the lore and I connect to the real themes. As I said, there are two different theories. One is that it's both the reincarnation of being born and dying in the world of the material, of physicality, has a purpose and a higher positive meaning, and the other people, the other line of thought, the other philosophy thinks that we are in some sort of a trap. We are enslaved into the world of flesh, and the world of flesh is the world of the devil. We must overcome. This is has to do with more with Gnosticism, but we can see it play out here in the Xarxes Mysterium. I'm gonna Google Mastiak because that might be something interesting. Mastiak, commentaries. On the Mythic Dawn commentaries, Mastiak is a mortal name of Lorcan in the previous Kalpa. I don't know. Carcass boss tried to could almost be the word Mastica, switch around slightly. Mastica was apparently a campaign in the Forgotten Realms series. There doesn't seem to be a lot of information of this Mastiac thing, which the Xarxes Mysterium calls the Arcane. So maybe it's just Arcane Mastiac or Carcass. Oh yeah, it's right there. Somebody wrote this in the... Like, people are trying... This is what I find amazing about the Elder Scrolls lore. People... So, how long ago did this came out, like the original? 2004, 2005, 2006? I don't know. That's 20 years ago. And I'm finding Reddit posts from 2 years ago. People try still to figure out the Mysterium Xarxes. That's why it is so bloody amazing. But as I say, it's closer to the real theories and the real themes. Okay, Mastiak, whose carcass was dragged through the streets by his own bone walkers, and whose flesh was opened on rocks thereon, and those angels in the Elder Scrolls. Angels in the Elder Scrolls, who loved him no longer, did drink his honeyed ichor, screaming, little, no free will, and do as they will. So Mastiak, which is Xarxes Mysterium, meaning that Arche, Mastiak, was defeated. Arche, the god of life and death, of reincarnation if there was any, or the game of life, if you may, the game of physicality, the material world. His carcass was dragged through the streets by his own bone walkers. So the carcass of the god was dragged through the streets and was defeated by his own bone walkers. So who were the bone walkers? People made of flesh and bone, physicality of matter, and whose flesh opened on rocks thereon. And those angels who loved him no longer did drink from his honeyed ichor, screaming, little, no free will, and do as they will. So it's again about liberation, about free will, and whatever game Mastiak was playing, or Arche. So it's freedom from the cycle of life and death. Haha. Your coming was foretold, my brother, by the Lord Dagon in his book of Razors. You are to come as idols drop away you one by one. You're exalted in eyes that have not yet set on you. You, swaying too well traveled to shatter mantles. You, brother, are to sit with me in paradise and be released of all unknowns. Indeed, I shall show you his book and its foul and many-feathered rubric, so that you can put into symbols what you already know. Sit with me in paradise. The sphere of destruction is but the milk of the unenslaved. Fault not your stumbling, for they are expected and given grace by the oils. I crave not your downfalls, though without them you might surpass me, even in the coming earth of all infinities. The upcoming earth of all infinities. So it's a new world. It's the plain meld. The plain meld. Once the barrier of Oblivion, or if we were woo-woo peddlers, we would call it the astral. Once the barrier of the astral and the material world, the earth, is removed, and we can coalesce with Ethereus and with Oblivion itself, create these different worlds. Lord Dagon wishes you no ills, but the momentous, and as he wants, you must want. And so learn from the pages of God this. Learn from the pages of God this. So I think the ritual of want. Pages of God. So talking about these, the Mysterium Xarxes, the Commentaries. So who is the God? The God is Lord Dagon, who is sharing this knowledge with the followers of the Mythic Dawn. I would think God and angels. So the level of Gnosticism here is just so, like, it's mind blowing. Whisper to earth and earth, where the meddlers take no stones except blood, as blood is blood, and to the cracking of bone, as bone is bone, and so to crack and answer, and fall before the one-on-one. I called you dragon as brother and king. Heights of draw 7 and 7, draught of oil 1 and 1, circles drawn by wet devilites. By wet devilites, what does that even mean? I think I don't know what that means. 3 concentric, and let their lower blood fall with me. A bird watched by blackbirds heard fire first. Incant the following: when your hearing becomes blurred. When your hearing becomes blurred, enraptured, it finally goes unrecorded. Recorded. The slaves that without knowing turn the wheel, enslaved all the children of the Orbis as it is. I don't know. It's too enigmatic. There's too many riddles in this last part. Enslaved all the children of the Orbis as it is. So I was reading about how the whole Mysterium Xarxes is about acquiring Kim, CHIM, which is some sort of a state of nirvana, where you go to the state of before Anu and Padme, before the primordial forces created the Orbis. And the Orbis, again, is reality itself, is everything. The physical and the non-physical is all the realms of Oblivion, the realm of Ethereus, Mundus, Tamriel, and everything in between. All the creation from Anu and Padme. And in this state of Kim, which we might correlate it with the state of nirvana in Eastern philosophies, it takes you back. So here it says, enslaved all the children of the Orbis. So when you go to that realm, to that before time, to that before everything, I read somewhere about the TES lore, supposedly you can gain the powers of the creator and create your own Orbis, a different one if you may. I find this extremely amazing, not only because it's like a great weird idea that perhaps one of the developers of this lore wrote while they were going through a mushroom trip, but as I said, I researched the afterlife and I researched near-death experiences, and those mushroom experiences and all other psychedelics and even the strongest ones and some other altered states of consciousness, and people literally say this. They go into before the light was created. They go into a realm of pure darkness, and it's called velvety darkness usually. This is not a dark place, this is not a negative place, this is just a place of pure possibilities. And when people describe this place, they say that this place is full of love and full of ecstasies and full of journeying to create. And from then there was the light, and then there was creation, and they feel like they are connected to the Godhead, if you may, in this space, and they have all of the attributes of the Creator, ready to create their own universe. Enslaved, all the children of the Orbis create their own Orbis, if you may. Now I go back and forward between the lore and some of the real stories and what people are saying when they go into the afterlife. It is amazing, and I just think that maybe the developers of these games and the most important and interesting lores we have in video games, maybe they put in clues and maybe they knew things and they wanted to be creative and put them into the game. But I don't think this is the case. I think that even the people who created the lore are oblivious to all of this. I think this is just a subconscious knowing that even though it just sounds like a cool story to them and they put it in their video games, they don't even know. It's the subconscious mind, it's the unconscious mind, as Carl Jung would say. It is very, very interesting. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm just absolutely loving the Mythic Dawn commentaries. I didn't get this far the first time that I played Oblivion, and I played a lot of Oblivion, but I didn't even do the main campaign. And I'm just mind blown. And you even get conjuration. When you read this, you actually get skills in the game. Like, they don't make games like this anymore. I'm sorry, but yeah, Oblivion is it. Little tea break. I literally rented a room at the King's Inn in Cyrodiil, which was 40 gold, literally just to relax and read the commentaries of the Mysterium Xarxes. Oh, figure. Alright, how come my phone is not charging for some reason? Okay, anyway. This one is a little bit longer. 7 pages. I'm gonna get so lost in 7 pages. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes, Book 3 by Manker Cameron. The tower touches all the mantles of heaven. Tower. There's something about the tower. I think in the hidden notes it talks about a tower of sorts. The tower touches all the mantles of heaven. Brother novitiates, and by its apex one can be as he will, more be as he was, and yet change for all else on that path, for those that walk after. This is the third key of Numancia and the secret of how mortals become makers back to mortals. The bones of the wheel need their flesh, and that is mankind's heirloom. God, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And by its apex, what is the apex? The apex is the highest form. The apex is the maximum. The apex is achieving Christendom. One can be as he will. You become exactly what you will. More be as he was. Because, why is it as he was? Because before playing the game of Arche, before being entrapped in the world of physicality, we were these gods, this divinity. As I say, when I say something, I don't say yes, Lord. This is what the research seems to be suggesting. This he was, and it changed for all else on that path for those that walk after. So that's the idea. The idea is to wake up people so they understand their true nature, their true divinity. This is the third key of Numancia. As I said, Numancia seems to be related to freedom from the material world, at least in the context of the Elder Scrolls here, and the secret of how mortals become makers. There it is. But I just said what I just said in TES lore. The idea is that you achieve Kim and you go into the time before Anu and Padome coalesced in this creation of the Orbis, and then you create your own Orbis. And this is, I'm gonna repeat it because I'm gonna be making shorts of this, and I don't care how many times I have to repeat it. Like I literally, in my main YouTube, my main thing, I got almost 2,000 subscribers. I've been writing books about this, like in real life, the real life theories. This is what people say. They go into the afterlife. They go into before creation existed, and they do meet what you would call a god. And this God is loving and intelligent, and they understand the nature of creation and everything. And this is what they are told: you are the makers, you are me, you are the Godhead, living as a mere human, because you wanted this, because we wanted to do this experiment of being a nothing, so you could be amazed at becoming everything, and to understand what we were not, the non-divinity, the humane. Because only through that and through the evil that you could inflict, through the separation from everything that is perfect, only through that can we understand who we really are. It's a part of singularity and duality. Why is there duality? For the singular to understand itself. The bones of the wheel need their flesh, and that is mankind's heirloom. Oathbreakers beware, for their traitors run through the anemic paths, runner dogs of prolix gods. The dragon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years of ethereal labyrinth, which is arena, which they deny is outbound. By the book, take this key and pierce the divine shell that encloses the mantle takers, the skin of gold, Scadav, Orbex, which seems to be like some sort of Latin, like invented Latin, or maybe a Daedric language of some sort, but I can tell that Orbex sounds very much like Orbis. The dragon's blood have hidden ascension. Oh, I understand. The dragon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years of ethereal labyrinth, which is arena. The arena. First game of the Elder Scrolls I actually played arena. I think that's just a little reference of the madness and the pain of the arena. I don't know. But the dragon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years. So I think I don't know how long. Where are we? I think this is the 4th era. I'm not really sure. But maybe even before the 4th era, there were thousands of years. So the dragon's blood, what were we talking about? It seemed to be talking about that pact between Saint Alicia and Akatosh, which created the barrier between Oblivion and Tamriel, which created this safety for the material world. So while we think we're protected from Oblivion, which we are in a sense, at the same time it has hidden ascension, some years of ethereal labyrinth. The labyrinth, because we don't know, we're confused, we are lost in the labyrinth of the ethereal of creation, through the dragon's blood of Akatosh, through the amulet kings. So it could be that the Empire is a larger scheme. When I say the Empire, I mean also the Emperor, which prevents these realms of Oblivion to, or as we might call it otherwise, the Astral, to encroach into the world of mortals, but at the same time is preventing our ascension and our understanding that we are more than that, and achieving our freedom. Numancia. Woe to the oath breakers of the skin of gold. The Xarxes Mysterium says, be fooled not by the forlorn that ride astray the roadway, for they lost faith and is losing was caused by the Hydra, no other planets. For by the words of Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy these fateless. Okay. To the Oathbreakers. For the skin of gold. Xarxes Mysterium says, be fooled not by the forlorn that ride astray, both way. They lost faith. This losing was caused by the Hydra, with no other planet. So the Hydra only knew this planet, maybe. We're talking about Tamriel, the creation of Tamriel. They gave themselves up to create the world, Mundus, because that's all they knew. This is their creation. So while we worship the Hydra as the good gods, which abandoned us and created us, because they thought that this was the only creation. So, in a sense, if you think about Gnosticism, the Hydra are the fallen angels who created the world against the larger reality, the larger orbis of possibilities, the power of the Daedric gods and the power of other gods and other creations, and created a very small place where the beasts tear each other apart, where there is the arena, where there is the madness, where people are lost, where we don't know what we're doing, where there are wars and pestilence. So maybe the Hydra are not as good as we think they are, and they are actually our enslavers, and the Mythic Dawn wants to set us free. Now, I'm talking about lore, but I'm also talking about Gnosticism. This is what people believed about the fallen angels and God. So the God of the ancient scriptures, the Bible, in reality was the evil one who was entrapping us in this world of physicality, and the Gnostics believed that we have to overcome this world. So in a sense, the Mythic Dawn would be like Gnostics who want to overcome the material world. Very interesting. Whereby the words of Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy these fateless, eat or bleed dry the gone forlorn, and gain that small will that led them to walk the path of Godhead at the first. Lord Dagon instructs us. You have to read between the lines, because I think there's a lot of hidden meanings in all of this. But the words of Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy these fateless. Which fateless? The ones who were lost by the Hydra. Eat or bleed dry the gone forlorn, and gain that small will that led them to walk the path. Eat or bleed dry the gone forlorn. Forlorn is the journey, and gain that small will that led them to walk the path Godhead at the first, to make them want the Godhead again, spit out or burn to the side, that which made them delay, know them as the Nemole. Oh, so it's just like remove the unwillingness to search for becoming a god. Their search for divinity, remove what prevents them from wanting to reach divinity. Know them as the Nemole. I think Nemole is a Magna G, if I'm not wrong. Nemole. I'm googling. Nemole, the blue star. Best known of the star orphans is probably Nemole, the blue star, who is associated with the on time, not time, but on time events, and was said to be visible even in the daytime sky at the time of the Dragon Break. The Nemole is a Magna G, or type of Magna G, that only appears during Dragon Breaks, frequently called the on time. In this context, during this time, a blue star appears in the sky, marking them as both similar and different to the other Magna G. Nemole have been called both a single entity and a group of entities. This is a recurring aspect. When I say people go into the afterlife and they have this altered state of consciousness, also in psychedelics, sometimes they talk to entities, and these entities are pluralities. There are multiple entities speaking as one. That happens in the real altered state of consciousness experiences, which is interesting. Normal association with dragon breaks mean that they can be used to perform specific acts during a dragon break, which have been implied to be part of how the selective split Akatosh from Ori L. I think Agathos and Oriel are the same, just the Oriel is the perception of the elites or the ancient high elves. Huh, too complicated. Every new limb is paid for by the under unknown. See, brother, and give not more to the Hydra. Reader, you will sense a shadow choir soon. Shadow choir, so that's it. This is pure occultism. The room you are in right now will grow eyes and voices. The candle or spell light you read this by will become gateways for the traders I have mentioned. So who are the traders? The traders are the followers of the Hydra, the followers that want you to not become divine, which appear as the good ones, but in reality they are enslaving you to the world of matter, to the labyrinth of Ethereus. Scorn them and fear not. Call them names, call out their base natures. I, the Mankar of stars, am with you, and I come to take you to my paradise where the tower traders shall hang on glass racks until they smile with the new revolution. So the tower talks about the tower here in Cyrodiil, which has something to do with divinity. The white gold tower. Something divine happened in the white gold tower. I'm gonna Google it right now because it might be important now. They're talking about the tower traders. Gold tower, this is a powered fourth empire and ancient alien structures, and one towers are near located in the green. Okay, let me see if there's something interesting about the tower. What do you call the temple of the ancestors, not known to the needs at the citadel? Was the home of the 10 ancestors, a set of alien statues made from meteoric iron and glass. Something about the Elysian Slayer. Okay, might be a little bit complicated, but I think it has to do with something divine. Anyway, what I find interesting also here, it says that in very occult theme, it's like you are reading this, you're gaining the knowledge, and then out of nowhere, these spirits or voices or eyes are gonna grow out of nowhere. Now, when you talk about psychedelics, people see eyes. People see that everything around them becomes alive, and they see geometric shapes talking to them, which are, I forgot his name, the self-dribbling basketballs from. Oh my god, I forgot his name. He was one of the pioneers in psychedelic studies. So yeah, the candle or spell you read this by will become gateways for the trader. So now, when you study the paranormal and you study altered states of consciousness, as I said, when people go into the afterlife, they die and they go to these non-physical realms and they see beings and they meet beings and they are told the reality of existence. So this happens also in other altered states of consciousness where people have quote-unquote revelations. If you go through every single religion on earth, including Christianity, including Islam, even Buddhism in a sense, it has people going into meditation and people going into deep states, become altered states through fasting, where they almost kill themselves through fasting, and then they have an experience where they meet beings. So these beings come out of nowhere. They exist in different dimensions which are parallel to our physical dimension. They seem to contact us. This is the whole idea of summoning and removing the veil and everything coming together. Now there are the good ones and there are evil ones, it seems. Or there is people playing a larger game that we are barely starting to understand. But in the sense of our ancient philosophies, we think of this as gods or angels and demons or evil or jinn or whatever you may call it. Very interesting. That is right here in our fantasies. They got very deep into this. Okay, that is your ward against the Nemoli. They run blue through noise and shine only when the earth trembles with the eruption of the newly mantled. Tell them, go, Gartok al Nem, goddess come, Numi Mora, Num Talai Nem. So this is some sort of incantation of ancient It seems like the Book of Solomon, where you are casting demons away of some sort. So these are beings which come to you, and you must cast them away with this sort of incantation, and you tell them God is come, because the mythic dawn wants to achieve godhood. It wants to become divine. It wants every single individual to become divine, like the Gnostics, to overcome the material limitation of mundus, the world of the physicality, become divine. Very bloody interesting. Once you walk in the mythic, it surrenders its power to you. Myth is nothing more than first once unutterable truth pondered this while searching for the fourth key. Understood laws of the arcane nature. Arcane nature will fall away like heat. First hour dictate, whether the mutant bound, where he may do no more harm. As god of the mundus, alike shall be his progeny, split from their divine sparks. We are 8 times 8 Xarxes. Let the home of Padome see us as a soul exit. Oh my god, bro, like who wrote this? Understood laws of the arcane nature will fall away like heat. The first hour dictate, and let the mutant bound, where he may do no more harm. As god of the mundus, alike shall be his progeny. As god of the mundus, alike shall be progeny, split from their divine sparks. There are 8 times Xarxes. Let the home of Padome see us as soul exit. Yeah, there's some deeper meaning here, but I don't understand. It's just they say that when you read the Mysterium Xarxes, you go crazy. Maybe that's happening here. I wanna do, which I'm gonna cut all of these into little videos. Where I go on commentaries on the commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes, and going beyond the lore and connecting all of these video game fantasy stuff with like the real theories and like the real stuff. Maybe I'll even put some research underneath it on these videos, which is what I do every single time when I do videos for my other channel where I talk about the real theories. I want to make a disclaimer. I am not crazy. It may sound like I am crazy. I am not. I check myself. I know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people in the medical fields and a lot of scientists talking about this. I can name some off the top of my mind. I can think of Tom Campbell, the former NASA scientist, talking about how everything is a simulation in a sense. I can talk about Dr. Jeffrey Long, which is the neurologist, it seems, something like that. I can't even remember. There's a lot of cardiologists because they bring people back from the dead. They hearing their stories. So it's Dr. Pimban Lomo. He's written a bunch of books as well. There's Raymond Moody. Is it Ray Moody? Raymond Moody? Yeah, I think that's the pioneer of the near-death experience research. I can think about Dr. Ivan Alexander. Now, note that I'm talking about doctors. These are people in the medical fields. Dr. Sam Parnia, who is leading the scientific consensus statement for the future research of near-death experience, where people say they go to a place where they call home and where they meet beings, and they share things telepathically to them. So there's a lot. And this is real research, and I'm tying it to the lores in video games. So even though I sound crazy, I am not. There's a lot of researchers doing all of this research. I've done this research for more than 10 years. It is very, very interesting, and I want to connect the lore to it because I need a way to relax sometimes. I just read the last paragraph here. Kim, that's exactly what I was talking about. That state of nirvana and going before the state of Anu and Padme. I didn't even think it was related because I had researched this Kim before, but here it is. I do want to Google Padme because I get lost into exactly what is. I know that they are the main two forces which created the Orbis. I think Anu is light and everything that is divine, everything that is intelligent. The actual Godhead of sorts, if you may, which, as I said, people actually meet this when they go into the afterlife phenomenon. They meet this light, which is all intelligent and they know it's God. They know but it's not a God like in the Bible or in the scriptures. It's not a human God. It's an experience that goes beyond explanation. And they are them, and it is them, and you are them, and we're all it. We're all part of the Orbis, if you may. Okay, Padme. Padme, death. Also called Padu, Cities, Akel El, Dark Serpent, Evil. So Padme is also called evil, simply. Koda and Padme, the quintessential form of change, one of the two primal forces, the other being Anu. Padme is the personification of the primordial force of chaos and change who dwells in the void. Okay, so Padme is that change, is evil, is death, is everything that is evil. Everything that is not Anu, it seems. What is Anu? Anu, a cosmic mass within or encompassing the orbis. Anu encompassed and all. Anu encompassed and encompasses all things. Okay, so Anu is the everything. Anu is the Godhead, it seems. Anu, or Anu the everything, as it is here in the Wikipedia, is thought to be the quintessential form of stasis and order, the anthropomorphization of the primordial forces, the other being Padme, change and chaos. Anu, or his equivalent under different name, is present in every culture's traditions. For instance, the Khajiit refer to him as Anu, and he is a littermate to Padme. He is known as a tag to the Red Gods. He is known as the light to the Bretons. Also shows similarities to the Argonian figure attack. Other names for Anu include Ak, Bird, and Good. So this is the positive force now. I didn't know this either. He is known as the light to the Bretons. Just the light, like that. Just the light. And I had started this whole thing because the whole idea of the paladin in D&D and so on and so forth just caught my attention, because paladins literally just worship the light. You go to the World of Warcraft lore as well, and I wasn't sure if there was a straight correlation with this theme of the light, because if you go into Final Fantasy as well, there's this idea of light being the ultimate divinity. But then I didn't know that in the Elder Scrolls dealing with the Bretons, they call Anu, which is the everything, which is the intelligence, pure creation, the light. And now, as I said, going beyond the lore and connected to the real thing, this is what people say when they die. They see a light, this light knows everything, is the most intelligent thing. It embraces them with love they cannot comprehend, they cannot explain. People tell these stories, they go into tears and they talk about the light like that. It's just light, and they are beings of light, and it's the light. So this is how the Bretons know Anu. Now, is it just coincidence? Is it the developers of these games and fantasies trying to tell us something because they are the smartest humans alive? No, I think this is the subconscious mind trying to tell a story that we all know, that we all understand, and it comes through art and creativeness. Him, those who know it can reshape the land, witness the home of the Red King, once jungled. I got into Kim. Kim is the state before the Orbis. In the state of Kim, you create things, you recreate the Orbis, you recreate the universe, you become the god. This seems to be a real state, as I said, when people go into this quote-unquote velvety darkness, this velvety void that exists before creation. I'm not talking about lore, I'm talking the real altered state of consciousness experience that people talk about. He that enters paradise enters his own mother, Al-Mahuma. The Orbis ended in all ways. Once you enter paradise, the Orbis ceases to exist. All creation, Ethereus, Oblivion, all these false creations, it all ceases to exist. Ended we seek through our dawn, all ended, falter now, and become one with the wayside orphans that feed me. Follow and I shall adore you from inside. My first daughter ran from the Dragonite Road. Her name was Ruma, and I ate her with no bread, and made another, which learned, and I loved that one, and blackbirds formed her twin behind all time. Now this is about eating the daughter and so on and so forth. Now, just like in many scriptures, this is not literally, these are just how are they called? parabole. I forgot the word for it. This is just like little stories for people to understand a much larger cosmic game, it seems, and that we seek through our dawn. Starlight is your mantle, brother, wear it to see by and add its light to paradise. Wear it to see by and add its light, or the starlight, to paradise. The starlight. When you think about the lore of the Elder Scrolls, the stars and all these cosmic things in the heavens are just magic pouring into the world of Mundus, Tamriel. The world of the Ethereus is Magica itself. Now I talk about the map, the Barla Stone and the Sigil, the Barla Stone and the other one, I can't remember the name. For some reason, one of my shorts where I attempt to talk about this, it went viral and people are like, what the hell is this guy saying? I don't even make sense at all. I don't make a lot of sense sometimes. But this is what I'm talking about. Very interesting. So it seems end everything through the dawn. They want to have the material creation to cease to exist, and maybe even connect to Oblivion, and even go beyond to the Kingdom and create a new universe, a new quote-unquote paradise. It seems it goes beyond. I thought it was just about creating your own paradise, what they wanted to do, but it seems now that I read these commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes, they want to go beyond that. It's really, really interesting. Now, as I said, in the real theories, in the real philosophies, in the real what people who channel, people who have gone through these altitudes of consciousness, who have contact with the paranormal and go beyond and UFO and may not, and people who claim to know. Now this I cannot confirm nor deny, because this is not research. When I talk about research, I can confirm or deny certain things. Like people see a light when they die, and this light is intelligent, and this light embraces them. Now I can fully confirm that, and I can put up the research for that, because I read a bunch of research of people saying this. I've read a bunch of stories about people saying this. There are a bunch of channels talking into this, a bunch of doctors talking about this, and we are trying to figure out what it's all about. Now, the idea of all being a hallucination has been debunked a million times, and now doctors are really looking forward into this. Now, this is research. Now, the people who know, who claim to know, because they have contact with beings and so on and so forth. I cannot, as I said, I cannot confirm nor deny. They say that this is exactly what is going to happen. We are coming to an age where all material, physicality, the world itself, will cease to exist, and we will ascend to a different realm, to a different state of being. We will reach this ascension that has been written about in many of the ancient scriptures, not only in the Christian idea of ascension, but also in some of the other religions. This seems to be a real thing, and it has to do with science. It has to do with ceasing to be consciousness and material bodies, and what is in our brains, our neurons, our neural transmitters, which are really quantum information. And there are, just go read the research from Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, the orchestrated objective reduction theory, or OR. They talk about this, everything being quantum information, which dissipates into the larger quantum field. Now, we're talking about science here. We're not talking about woo-woo or anything like that. I mean, it sounds like woo-woo, and a lot of people are going, woo, but you need to do the research. It's extremely amazing. I think when we look at fantasy lore, we are looking at some bigger story trying to come out through this creative sense. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep going on this. I don't care. I'm just such a nerd for this. But I'm done for right now for this video. Alright. Illusion increased to 11. God, man, that made my magic abilities grow. Go figure, man. I literally logged into Oblivion today, and I read the thing for like an hour. That's why I love the Elder Scrolls. I do wanna do that quest before I finish today, so let's go see what's going on over here. 5:20 p.m. It's a good time to go and do cheeky things and go on to see if I can find the fourth fourth part of the commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes. It seems that first I gotta talk to Boris, so don't let my clairvoyance lead me. God, I need to shut up for a second here.
Greetings to you.
Hi.
Demetrius Melisea takes all the merchants.
Makes you wonder what he's up to.
Can I ask you a favor? I saw him once.
He takes all the complaints.
Then I did.
Hey, stranger, can you spare a few coins? I've just been shaken down by that bastard watchman, and he took my last scepter.
Watchman? What are you talking about?
I don't know his name, but I'd recognize him if I saw him again. Lurank and I were shopping at Jensen's when he accused us of stealing. Even Jensen said we were innocent, but he didn't care. We had to pay his fine or go to jail. He's shaken down most of the shopkeepers in the market district. They're all too afraid of him to do anything. Jensen wouldn't even talk about it. Someone ought to do something about him. You're very curious. Perhaps too curious for your own good.
I am very curious, bro.
I'm gonna keep a low profile for a while.
Take care.
And still teach alteration.
He's getting up in years.
This is something that I would look into, but to be the man, I gotta finish the main quest. Let justice play itself.
Hi there.
Hail, good citizen. How can I be of service?
Are those the Nordic gods from Skyrim? Like that voice?
What do you need, friend?
Why is he like doing that? That's kinda...
You're not easy to get hold of. What have you found out? They'll pay for the murder of the Emperor. Now that we know who they are, it's only a matter of time. This just might be the break we've been looking for. Good work. We need to get that fourth book, then. If Tarmina is right, we can use these books to locate the Mythic Dawn's hidden shrine. Let's go. I know that part of the sewers well.
Wait, I kinda wanted to do this on my own, but I think it would be better to do it with Boris, because that way if I'm... Maybe they just want to sacrifice me or something. Might be a good idea to go with
run
them.
underneath the whole Imperial City. There are access points in every district. The Blades have occasion to use them in our undercover work, as well as a means to move around the city without attracting attention. Follow me. I know how to get to the part of the sewers where we need to meet the sponsor.
Yeah. What a return to this architecture. Isn't this beautiful? Man, the Imperial City is so beautiful, much more beautiful now that it's remastered. So glad they did this remaster. I don't know why, but I feel like I have to do like a hard save right here.
Over here!
I knew it. That's just a rat, bro.
Look out! Look out! Get my back. Stick together. Look out. Over here! Stick together!
Darn it!
Stick together!
Do I always fight? There it is. Finally. Oh my god, that actually scared me. Nice. Yo, where are you, Boris? Why did you get lost, bro? Stop going without me.
Training of thousands has passed through.
Could you stop, like, running? What the hell?
Look out! Over here! This was mine! All right, the room with the table is just through this door. I always wondered who put it there. I happen to know that if you go up the stairs there, you can get a vantage point on the meeting room. I think I'd better be the one to handle the meeting. You'll be my backup. Keep watch from above in case of trouble. Good. Remember, we must not leave here without the book. It's our best chance of finding the amulet.
I think I should have made the sponsor.
Listen, I may not survive this, but if I don't, you must. You must recover the book and find the Amulet of Kings. I'm glad to have you at my back. Okay, let's do this.
I told you to come alone.
For Uriel
Brothers,
Septum!
Darn it.
kill them. You are weak. Like the gods you pray to.
My God, you crazy.
Die, unbeliever!
Stick together!
Here it is. Last volume of the manga Cameron's writings on the Mysterium of Xarxes. You know what? I wanna see if they. I just need to know. I just need to see if they say something interesting about the Mythic Dawn.
For Uriel Scepter!
So the problem is that I don't have any stealth. Gosh darn it. What if I am the one who does the... I think I should do the... meeting.
This one's mine!
I wanna do the meeting. Let's go, bro.
Over here! This one's mine! All right, the room with the table is just through this door. I always wondered who put it there. I happen to know that if you go up the stairs there, you can get a vantage point on the meeting room. I think I'd better be the one to handle the meeting. You'll be my backup. Keep watch from above in case of trouble. No, it should be me. I have a blood debt to repay these
Darn
Mythic
it.
Dawn assassins. Besides, I've trained for this kind of thing my whole life. Good. Remember, we must not leave here
Oh.
without the book.
Wait. I think I can...
Listen, I'm glad to have you at my back.
I think I can insist. I don't want to look them in the eyes, see if I see something.
All right, the room with the table is just through this door. I always wondered who put it there. I happen to know that if you go up the stairs there, you can... I think I'd better be the one to handle them.
I'll be the
No,
sponsor.
it should be me. I have a blood debt to repay these Mythic Dawn assassins. Besides, I've trained for this kind of thing my whole life.
No, meet the sponsor.
Very well, we'll do it your way. Be careful and remember, we can't leave here without that book. It's our best chance of getting the amulet back.
Okay. You are.
Listen, I may not survive this, but if I don't, you must. You must recover the book and find the Amulet of Kings. I'm glad to have you at my back. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, he's very suited for stealth right now. People with the candles, which still cool.
So, you want to become one of the chosen of Mehrunes Dagon? The path of dawn is difficult, but the rewards are great. I have the book you seek. With it and the Master's 3 other books, you will possess the key to enlightenment.
There's
I
someone
told
else
you
to
to come alone! Brothers, kill them!
A little closer.
Wrong. I do not fear death.
You are weak, like the gods you pray to.
You are weak, like the
weak,
gods you
like
pray
the
to.
gods you pray to. Only the chosen will survive the cleansing.
Oh my god, I killed him by mistake! Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
For Lord Dagon!
I want him to survive. God damn it, man. It doesn't count because, like, if this was real life, I wouldn't have killed him. You know what I mean? Like... like unforeseen forces. It's like, no, bro. Like, I didn't mean to kill him. I wanted the Black Brotherhood thing at the very end, after I'm done saving the world and just going through all the lore.
So, you want to become one of the chosen of Mehrunes Dagon. The path of dawn is difficult, but the rewards are great. I have the book you seek. With it and the Master's 3 other books, you will possess the key to enlightenment.
There's
I
someone
told
else
you
to
to come alone! Brothers, kill them!
Stand ready.
You are weak,
Talos
like the gods you pray to.
You are weak, like the gods you pray to. Quickly now. Lord Dagon will come. Dawn is breaking.
Die, unbeliever!
You are weak,
Ah!
gods you pray to. Tarry and strike. I do not fear death.
Die. Quickly now.
I do not fear death.
That's 3 more that won't be reporting back to their master.
Using a fire shell. I'll take this. Spark, I'll take this. They're expensive. Have the 4th and last volume of Manker Cameron's writings on the Mysterium Xarxes. Piece together the clues within them to find a mythic dawn secret shrine. If Hermina can help. Nice. Light. Huh, interesting. Hey. Does he do it? Light on self. Oh, it's like a literal candlelight. I love this magic, man. Bro, what are we doing here?
Now that you have all 4 books, you should be able to handle things from here. I'm going to Cloud Ruler Temple. My place is at Martin's side.
You could do that, brother.
I'll see you back at Cloud Ruler Temple. Good luck.
I know they were like here. On commentaries. Sparks. We're on shadows with that one. actually. That's pretty strong. Potion of Cure Disease. It's gonna come very handy when you start dealing with the vampires. Enemy around there? Man, do I remember the first time I did this? I got so lost. Thank God they got clairvoyance. Clairvoyance. Oh well, he's not become. I thought he was gonna become passive. What's that? Holy hell. That thing. I want to see what it is, but it kind of looks horrible. I want to throw him to the water. Darn it. It's actually... What is there? Oh man, I hate being curious about things. I knew there was something up. I would remember doing hours and hours being lost in these goddamn sewers. The gate is open remotely. Oh yeah, I actually have to go somewhere over there. This probably is. Kind of disgusting, but there's a chest here. Whoa, what's that? The crab. Hey, bro. tell me how to go there. I don't like getting dirty. What? Why is it leading me here? I'm not sure if I can do this. Fuck, Mac. Okay, I don't want to catch. I don't want to catch. Oh, it's so beautiful, man. I think I made it. I kinda like this rope. I think I'm gonna start wearing more ropes. That's kinda neat. Well, these shoes definitely can go with this rope. Have any other shoes? I don't have any other shoes. No, I like this one. There it is.
You have my ear, citizen.
I want to find the hidden tunnel door to see the Isle.
City. Well, it's true what everyone's saying. Kvatch is lost. The Daedra, they swarmed in.
We feel faster with the rogue.
You have... What is it, sir? What are you looking for? Merchants Inn in the market, King and Queen in Elven Gardens, the Tiber Septum in Talos Plaza, and All Saints in Temple District. There's also the bloated float on the waterfront, but that's not a very... What are you looking for? There are no guild halls in the city, but the Arcane University is on an island outside the walls, south of the Arboretum. Long live the Empire.
Speak.
Pardon me. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I was sent to ask for your help.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Where are my manners?
Oh,
I'm
that
Ross
scared me a little bit.
Northern. My husband Gillen has requested that I find you and ask if you'd assist him. Normally, I wouldn't approach a total stranger like this, but Gillen seemed so insistent. Please, forgive my audacity. Thank you. Gillen always tends to exaggerate, but in this case, he sounded earnest, which worries me a bit. He said to tell you that the matter he needs help with is of the utmost importance to the citizens of the Imperial City. You're to meet him at Cyrodiil's house, which is located in the Temple District. He said all will be explained when you get there. That's all he told me to say. Thank you. I'm sure he'll be pleased. I must go now. Good day to you.
It's about... I was thinking about something else. Roger Bala approached me and said, "Doesn't matter of what she calls the utmost importance to the citizens of the city. She told me to meet Kylan. As of someone named Seridor, apparently all will be explained. I think this is about vampires. When I was playing Oblivion,
You have my ear.
I did a vampire run, and it was very fun because I had a bunch of vampire mods. Like, I'm leaving vampirism and thievery and killings to the very end when I kind of confront my shadow. For now, it's all righteous and trying to understand the hidden meanings behind the Mythic Dawn, Steven Xarxes. I want to use my room at the Tiber Hotel. I don't like this look. The robe and the sword. Kinda neat. What? Like, I literally paid this. Money do I have? I do like sleeping in nice places. That's so cool. She actually sits down and reads her book. I'm not sure if this is a new animation, but that makes a lot of sense. Very
What can I do for you?
cool little immersive
Why,
things.
yes. I do have a lovely...
Hey man, I'm a big spender.
Excellent. The room is on the... Farewell.
I'm a big spender. There's room and all that. I kind of wanted to read the Mysterium Xarxes part 4, but to be fully honest, I'm tired and I'm gonna make a huge fuss about it, so I might as well start with that in my next playthrough. Okay, how do I drop this? I don't want to steal it. Otherwise, people. No! I'm gonna say because now they think I'm a thief or something. Okay. I tried to tell them, but it was all a misunderstanding. Oh, they're chill. You can have a bed right there, that's kind of... Yeah, I'll save the Mysterium Xarxes part 4 for my next playthrough. Rest now.